Hello. 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 Hello.
मला लाईव्हला टेस्ट करताय. आपण जरा बोल की जरा 2 मिनिटं. विनयाला बोलव.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
इकडे.
Hello. ते एक्स्ट्रा माइक काय करायचं माइक चेक माइक चेक mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Hello. Hello. Hi everyone. Hi. I'm Sanika. Hello. Hi. Hello.
सानिका एक कंप्लीट सेंटेंस बोल कंटिन्यूस बोलत रहा आम्ही कंटिन्यू बोलत
Hello.
सानिका नाही
Hello.
कंटिन्यू बोलत रहा काही एक डायरेक्ट इंट्रोडक्शन इंट्रोडक्शन देऊन त्याचं बोलत
Hello. Am I audible? Hello. Am I audible? So today we are here for the MKSSS'S HNIMR
कॅमेरा हल्ला ना लाईव्ह इथे येऊ का?
Without the मैडम सर सेटअप लगाया मैडम पूरा अभी यूट्यूब का भी सेटअप लगाया इधर में हाँ चालू होतं रेकॉर्डिंग फोटो हे चालू मध्ये खाली म्हणतोय नाही खाली घेतलं की असं हे होणार झूम केलं की आउट होणार आहे
I hope you are all doing well and ready for something else. Because we are about to blend the with a warm
दिसत नाही पूर्ण
coffee.
अब की झूम इन
Welcome to the Coffee Connect with Alumnae, our very first Alumnae international session. The idea is simple: bringing together people who in fact like to sit together, hear their stories, learn from their journeys, and maybe even get a little inspiration you didn't know you needed. Think of this as less of a lecture and more of a conversation. Because the best insights often come from real experience, shared over something simple as coffee or in your case sandwiches. We are truly privileged to have with us today two remarkable alumni, each with an inspiring and unique journey. Our first speaker, Ms. Kaumudi Sane, is an IT professional turned holistic wellness. For over 8 years, she thrives in the corporate world of quality assurance, working with industry leaders like Wipro, Oracle, and Capgemini, and earning multiple client appreciations and company awards along the way. But in 2016, life took her on a new path, one that began with her own healing journey and led to the mission of helping others build emotional and mental resilience. Today, she is a certified soul healer, soul miracle teacher, soul communicator, graphotherapist, and mandala therapist. She blends these techniques into tailored wellness programs for individuals, families, and organizations, inspiring transformation from within. Our second speaker, Ms. Sharvari Raze, an alumni of HNIMR's MBA in Business Analytics program, currently works as a project manager with a leading law. She specializes in emerging technologies like agentic AI, generative AI, and large language models. While at HNIMR, she led the Business Analytics Placement Cell Council, showing strong leadership from the very beginning. Today, she combines her technical expertise with a passion for empowering women and developing strong leadership in the corporate world. Two alumni, two very different paths, but both prove that with courage, adaptability, and passion, you can create a career and a life that is truly your own. And something that is worth mentioning is, I think in the very first induction program, you all must have heard about the MCA program that was run in our college earlier. So Kaumudi ma'am is the first batch pass out of the same. Yeah. Please join me in giving To formally welcome them, I would now like to invite our respected director, Dr. Priyanka Singh, to felicitate our esteemed guests. I would like to extend my warm gratitude to Dr. Suvarna Dundere and to Mr. Vishwajit Kati, our training and placement officer, for initiating and supporting this event and for giving me the opportunity to anchor today's program. We will now begin with the interaction session.
Wonderful initiative. Thank you, alumni team, TPO, and my dear students. I can tell you one thing, right at 12 o'clock midnight, madam was sending me messages. Right at 5 o'clock morning, she was sending me the messages. So see the involvement of this Coffee Connect with alumni. The word connect is very important. We want to get connected with our alumni. That is the spirit of this program. And my student, when she must be walking after 25 years down the memory lane in this beautiful campus, she must be having goosebumps and facing a different nostalgic moment. So thank you for accepting the invitation. At the same time, this first episode will be remarkably known for years in HNIMR history. So a big round of applause to all the organizers and thank you so much. Thank you once again, my anchor, who is totally engrossed in making this event a success. With the blessings of all my faculties and my dear students, a wonderful beginning and a wonderful story ahead. Thank you.
Now that we're all settled in, let's start our conversation. We'll begin with some light and hopefully fun questions so that we can get to know you. And then we'll move on to the hard-hitting professional views and reviews. So my first question is to the both of you. If you could describe your college days in just 3 words, what would they be?
So that is very less to present an audience. So just 3 words, is that okay? Yes. 3 words is, it's a nostalgic moment for me to be here itself in this space. The college has changed completely from what it was when I was there, and now and many beautiful memories of the college. And I take a lot of things from this college. I have learned what it is to be like a team, how to work as a team, how to help one another. That is the biggest takeaway that I had when I was in college. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Honestly, I can't stop. I'm going to listen you more. You're really good at this. So the 3 words that I would like to describe my whole experience over here is I never got impacted or occupied, you can say, with just one stuff at the same time. So there was a lot of area of exploration that I got, and I think fun. Yeah. Okay, sorry, you might hear a lot of Gen Z slangs. Pardon me for that. But yeah, that was one thing. And the other was that I wanted to do something in my field. I was really passionate about analytics, and I really got to know a lot about it because the external faculty I had, they were so good with that. It helped me a lot with a lot of area of exploration back in there, and it helped me to get a really good job back in 2021 as well after that. So and a good self-respect for Rama. So that was one more thing I added. Oh.
That's great. Thank you. Your answers were amazing, and I think this is a really great start to our conversation. So the second question is, what was your favorite spot on the campus? Hangout spot.
The recreation area. That time we had a recreation area.
Can't you
Yes. Yeah, I think now it was not there. It's been included within the campus. Okay, it's girls' common room. So that was the best spot that we used to enjoy the most. Do all the musty there.
I think for me it was the classroom over here in the corner there. So I used to be in there, or otherwise I used to go down in the canteen.
Canteen is the
Very generic answers. You're getting a very generic answers.
No, that's a canteen you are here just for a semester offline, so that's okay. So the next question is, I don't think this applies to you because it's tea and coffee milk related questions, but ma'am, for you, how do you like your tea or coffee? What do you prefer?
I prefer tea. ginger tea, if I can be specific. But I'm not very fussy about having tea, coffee all the time. Just 1 cup of wine, that's all.
And Sharwari, what's your favorite beverage?
Okay, I'm gonna be really fancy. Go with soy milk, decaf. Or if I do drink, I'm not a coffee or a tea person, so I probably prefer like chill drinks. So. No.
Nice, same. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's start with the professional questions now. Yeah. So for Ms. Sharwari, how would you describe your MBA journey?
As I said, like it was a really good area of exploration. Business analytics, the term was just like introduced. It was introduced earlier as well, but it was evolving in 2018. And I was in my undergrad back then, like I was performing my computer science degree back then, and like it was a very different thing for me. And I'm gonna go with a really long story of it. Sorry about that. But then I literally went, I had this cousin and he was like, go and explore these things. And I literally went to this little like tutorial kind of session they had. And it was near Hinzavi somewhere. And there were like lots of professionals sitting around and they were baffling up something and I had no idea what they were talking about. Because all I knew was like bookish answers and bookish terms. And I was like, I really want to do something in this. And I started like exploring it more and more. And then I got to know like there's an MBA course going to come up in business analytics. And I was like, why not apply for it then? That's how I came up with the thing. And like when I came over here, the first year was it was all about like learning HR, operations, marketing, all terms. But we had digital marketing as well, which was kind of a different term for me again, like in any way. But yeah, like all the fields that I picked up like little bits of bouts from all of them. And then the last year was amazing. That was my field, and the game changed from there. Though I didn't get an exploring area anywhere to come into the college and like work over here or like study over here more because it was COVID. So it was more online, but it was really fun because even though it was online, I used to ask a lot of questions, I guess. I was the person who used to annoy everyone with the questions. I am so sorry for that. I was so typical a question person though, but it was a very nice journey.
Thank you. And yeah, same, because even I am the one who is constantly asking a lot of questions. I think some people might say that I'm annoying because I talk a lot, but I really appreciate your in-depth answer. I think real experiences are what inspires people.
I do remember, so I'm going to talk a little bit. I do remember, like, you remember Sharwari Kulkarni, the tall girl in my batch? She kind of remembers me of her, like.
Thank you. So the next question is to Ms. Kaumudi. We would like to know about your corporate journey and how did it start? What was your experience like?
So I passed out in 2001, and that was the year of market recession, as we didn't have any campus interviews, nothing. Literally, the companies were just throwing us out, looking at our resumes, because we were totally fresh with no experience at all. So what was the other way out? How did we get into the industry? So everybody, in fact, we had a group of our friends who I stayed in a hostel, and we had decided to be here because we had got such close bonding, and we had decided to be here. But because of the market recession, everybody had to go back to their respective homes. So I have been brought up in Delhi, so I went back to Delhi. And then I started looking out for a job. But the job I got was with Wipro Spectrum. That time call center was on boom. So we were interviewed for email based or voice based, and I got selected for the voice based. And to my surprise, the entire batch that was there, we were all highly qualified candidates for that. And we are just wondering what everybody is doing. Somebody is a PhD, somebody has double master's degree. Everybody was on the outlook of looking for a job. But since there was no jobs for freshers, so we all were there. So I really had the pleasure of interacting with them. So we used to have very nice intellectual interactions. And I got trained during that time when I got selected with the company, I was wondering what am I going to do with the call center. My father, he told me that don't think like that. Anything that you learn is never goes waste. It is always adds on to your personality. And those words have remained to me till date. Like even today, I go back to those trainings and I'm grateful that I went for that job. So we were trained for a month and then I took up. And of course I didn't continue for more than 6 months because we had a night duty which I was not able to take care. Eventually I got it. So I didn't have a very smooth corporate experience. I had my own struggles to go through. Whatever came in front of me, I just took it up. I didn't keep any kind of conditioning for myself, saying that I'll not take up this job or that job. So first breakthrough that I got for what I really wanted to do, the profile was for a customer care executive. Okay? And I had no experience, but it was a startup company. So somewhere I just felt, let me just go and explore what it is all about. And that's where I got a breakthrough for my testing. I got into testing. The management realized that I'm into a technical field. So I was doing customer handling as well as I was into the technical support for testing the product. But that experience has also helped me all throughout. So nothing goes waste. It is always fruitful. And from there I got picked up in a company in Oracle in Bangalore. That was the biggest breakthrough in my career. It was a product-based company and I have enjoyed my tenure like anything. That company has really groomed me so beautifully, not only with respect to technical, but also how do you manage a team? How do you stand up for your team? How do you protect them? How do you guide them well? I've seen my own managers, my superiors, I have beautiful people around. Even my team, who would not accept me in the initial days. So the manager was the one who supported, and we always hear that the managers usually don't support the team. So I learned that, as a manager, it's like you have to mother your team. You have to nourish the team. If your team grows, you grow automatically. So this, maybe back then we always felt that you should never be replaceable. But that's not true. You have to be replaceable if you need to grow. If you're not replaceable, you don't grow. You become stagnant. It is no fun pulling over or taking over all the responsibilities and every person is just looking for you all the time. That is not how it works. You really need to give away things. You have to learn how to let go of things. So that was my experience that I went through. Then I got selected. I came back because that was in Bangalore. Then I got an opportunity to work with a service. Now, Oracle was a product-based company. So product-based companies, they focus a lot on the quality of the product. No error is taken for granted. No, you cannot just give that. You really have to be very good at your work. And your concepts have to be crystal clear. So you know how to work with the quality, how you give quality work. And the Capgemini is a service-based company. So there you learn how you manage people, how you manage the show, along with the technical expertise. How do you manage stress? Because there's a lot of pressure in service industry. So I had beautiful blend of technical as well as handling the pressure and still being calm and composed, being true to your work, not getting carried away with whatever is happening around you. You might have pressures, but you need to be true to your work. You should not fall for anything that will just give you a kind of immediate results. You might feel it is immediate, but it is never like that. If I have time, I would like to share one incident. I joined the company and I was taken as a replacement for one of the module lead. And the day he was supposed to leave the company, I was asked to take a knowledge transfer with him. And he didn't have time because he had to go through all the exit interviews and all the formalities. He just whipped me through the pages and it was a very complex project. I was just going haywire. I didn't know what's happening. And I didn't know what am I going to do with this. And as soon as I was taken for the project, I was told on the 10th day we need to have a deployment and you need to go get a go-ahead. And I said, I don't know what the project is about. And it was really intricate. It was a very complex project. So I had to really put in my efforts to study the project. And there were many flaws, but I had a lot of pressure from the management to give a go-ahead. If I gave a go-ahead, then it would get deployed and it would go for the client verification. But I saw that it was not working as per the requirements. So my manager also, he put a pressure on me that you need to give in writing. See, when you give in writing, that can go against you as well. So I gave it in the writing saying that 1, 2, 3, 4 is working and these are the workarounds for this. So I will not say it is working 100%. No, I will not give that because it's not. So yes, I was bullied for that. I had to face a lot of challenges when I was questioned for it. But if you stay true to your work and if you know your work very well, nobody can move you from there. So whenever you go out in the corporate world, just be sure that you know what you're doing. Go to the depth of it. And this I learned in Oracle. I faced a similar situation where my manager was there to back me up and he did a fabulous job. I learned from him how do you handle the situation. I never knew I would be handling such a situation as soon as I stepped into a company in the service industry. And I had faced the same situation. So he had taught me how do you keep those documents and how do you produce those kind of proofs that whatever you've done is correct. You need to justify your work. So you have to have everything in written. Nothing, you just cannot say, I had a word with this person, that doesn't work. So it was a smooth sailing for me, even though I had challenges, I had to face a lot of things from the management. But I could smoothly sail out of it because I knew how to handle that situation. So I didn't get panicked, I didn't have any panic attacks or anything. I was quite calm and composed and I said, no, this will go this way, that's all. I was so clear about it and I was okay if they asked me to quit. I was very clear on that. So if you're clear with your work, you can go places. So that is a big learning that I had. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think the biggest takeaway is to stay true to yourself and your work. And I think even though it might be hard sometimes, it's totally worth it because look where it's got you. So thank you so much, both of you. My next question is to Sharvari. You have worked abroad. How did that experience shape your professional and personal outlook?
Alright. Well, I'm gonna dodge from like India and UK experience, both of it. As I said, like you have to survive in all the conditions, all possible conditions. I have survived in a couple of conditions over there. So, and being like the way you framed your answer right now, like was really great because like you are not supposed to like be like, oh my god, this is not working. You just make the plum out of it. That's important from that. And like, for example, when I went over there, I went as a student and I had corporate experience. But then nobody was ready to give me a corporate job because I was a student and I had only 20 hours to work. Because my limit was only for 20 hours. I had university to do, I had cooking, I had to look after my studies, and there were other things as well like I have to look after. And on top of that, I had a very bare minimum finance. Because I went on a scholarship, and second thing was that like, because I had to look after, like, because I had saved a little bit of money when I was working, and that's all I pulled out, and I went over there, because I didn't want to take anything from my parents. Yeah, woman environment. So that's all I went. Okay, I'm going to be like really long with this answer, and would have bored you a little bit, but I hope you don't judge me for what jobs I've done. I've done really odd jobs. I started from, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and start looking for jobs somewhere. Now the problem is that the industries over there, apart from the tech industries, leave the tech industries at the behind. The granddaughter retail industries, or if you see any healthcare industries over there, they are really manual. They are really manual with your jobs. Like you go over there, you show your face, and then you can work, get in. That's all it works like that. So I had to literally go to the commercial road and start spreading out my CVs everywhere. And then I got a final job in a gelato place, and I was an ice cream lady. So yeah, selling this ice cream, I can say. It traveled out, and then I did like a lot of like summer jobs, a cruise ship. I worked in Formula One, and also, which is a great thing. I got to see a lot of cars. Okay. Then there was a lot of work I had to do, pay my bills, and like. Yeah, like there was a lot. I graduated and I really got to know that UK economy is not doing better. So, yeah, not UK economy. I think it's everywhere. Everywhere it's a problem at the moment. And it was a big fuss. And it was like, what to do now? And then I realized that this Iceland thing is not going to work for a longer time. Started applying for the jobs, applying for the one day. I used to apply 50 jobs at the same time. It was not working at all. Trust me, it was a massive struggle. I used to cry at nights, had a lot of anxiety. And working in a small sector in UK, you're not working as a person, you're working as a person of color. I'm not going to be like saying that there are discriminations over there, but there are some things that you need to modify yourself. People from India go and they only live with their people, you know, they live only with Indians. You have to go and explore the people over there, be with the people over there. I live with Polish people, I know Polish now. I don't know where it came from. I can talk in Polish because there were lots of people in the ice cream store who used to work from Poland. And like, that's how I learned about it. But you need to blend yourself, tailor-make yourself in this way that you'll be able to adopt over there. People are not ready to have your food immediately. And even, what if like you are also not ready to have their jacket potatoes because that doesn't have any masala in it, that doesn't have salt in it, pepper in it. Like, it's just cheese and potatoes. Are you ready to have that, girls? No. Well, so, yeah, but you should be ready for that. You should be like, ooh, be like there. Be like, ooh, I like it. I'm going to have it. Give it a little try. Let me add some salt in it. But don't say that immediately. Like, no, there's no pepper, there's no salt. There's no way you should go like. You shouldn't go like that. Because they're going to be like, if they are going to try your food, they're like, I am alright with it. Then you just don't insist them. These are the factors, these are the small parts I'm telling you about, but this is how you learn. You learn to tailor-make yourself and be there in people with loads of variety, you know. It's a very global place. And that was important, you know. So I straight away went, applied for more jobs, and finally I got to work as a sales assistant for 2 months in this place called Lush Cosmetics. And they saw my passion, like I was crazy, like I was like the goodest, like best one for them, gave amazing Google reviews, everything. And they were so happy with me that they were like, would you apply for this data analyst, seasonal retail job over here? And it's in the pool, it's in our main office, and would you like to try? And I was like, yeah, I don't mind, I need it, give me that job. But yeah, I got it, and yeah, it was a really nice experience to work in Lush because I think it's the bestest place ever in UK to work. More diversity. They have Diwali products, which is so good. They have bath bombs, shower gels. I wish I could smuggle all of them for you. But they have amazing products, and I love them. And even if now, like Lush is like, we're sponsoring you, and please come back, I will literally leave my current job and go over there. Please don't record this and tell anyone. I love my job at the moment. But I love my previous company so much. The love and the people over there were so good, and they have made me learn and experience the life in a very different dynamics. And the most important thing is that because I was a person living like almost 7,000 kilometers away from my home, I didn't come back for 4 years. I had no experience of India for the last 4 years. I still live in 1970s. I still think like you have to go to the corner shop and buy the things, whereas my sister's like, Zepta kariyat nata, and I really don't like that. Because I want to go to a corner shop and buy something. So that's a different experience for me now, and I'm experiencing it. So take it as an opportunity, sees every opportunity, don't crib on it. It's like blame on it or like start like saying, oh my god, mera life to itna barbaad ho gaya, like the Queen movie, what happened over there? Make plum out of it. That's the only thing I would say for now. And connect with loads of people. You're gonna get, not all the figures are similar, right? No, they all are in the same shade. So you have to understand what is the mentality of the person in front of you and be diplomatic, be corporate with everyone because, and instead of saying, nuko, 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 hey karo, nuko, hey karo, nuko, just say, can you do this in this way? It just makes the person say, oh, okay, I think I'm going wrong. So, like, that is a tendency of India, like, I'm sorry, I'm going to dodge UK and India. That's what I've learned in UK. They don't say, please can you, like, they don't say, hey, bottle itne no batiyo. They say, please can you keep the bottle on that shelf? That's what they are trained to say. So, the affirmations that you put on the plate are very important. Okay, don't say anything in a negative way. The negative perception is going to make you in a bad place and in a negative side. So always keep it like very analytical.
Thank you.
I would just like to make a point, like she mentioned, words are powerful. So as she said very rightly that we need to learn how to be diplomatic, and the way she has put it so beautifully, lending yourself as well as making the most of the opportunity that you get. Don't, like she rightly put it, you should not be cribbing on what you're not getting. Focus on what you have on your plate. So that is going to take you to places.
Thank you. Thank you. Shalini, firstly, I can totally imagine you as the ice cream girl. It's a very cute image. But yeah, like the both of you said, in a constantly changing world, you have to be open to exploring different things, try different things. Because getting out of your comfort zone is what will help you make it one day, whatever your definition of making it is. I have a follow-up question for Shalini. How does it feel to be back in Pune after such a long time?
I landed here last month, and as soon as I landed here, unfortunately we shouldn't talk it as a joke, but I heard about the news of Air India. That was the same day I landed over here. Bless all of them. I came out of the airport and I'm like, Kugarame. That was first complaint I came up with. I was literally red, and because I came from -1 probably, because there was like, it was raining on the earlier nights, like for a couple of nights. It's England and it rains a lot, and we like to complain about the weather because it's England. Anyway, so it was raining a lot and it had been on -1 because I live on the coastal area. I used to live on the coastal area over there on Somerset side, and I came over here and Mumbai was so hot. Okay, how do you guys live? I lived here and I can't live here anymore. That was one question. I sat in the car and the boats were like, and I was like, I want to go back. But unfortunately the government doesn't want me because it wants me to make money in India. So yeah, it was a very different experience, but at the same time I really needed a job to get out of my mind space where I'm gonna be like, I'll chill for some time, then I'll start applying for jobs. No, that was not good. As soon as I got to know that my PSW, the post-study work permit, is ending, and unfortunately my beloved Lush is not able to sponsor me on my job because there's a lot of government rules been implied and been changed, I thought, let's seize the moment and flex my accent after coming over here. Okay. So I started applying for the jobs in April. There was no one ready to get me because they were like, oh, you're overqualified, blah, 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 what happened? And then finally, I landed over here. I had a first interview in May, in the month of May, in 15th, for one of the firm. I work in an American law firm at the moment. I would not like to disclose where because I work in data privacy, so it's a big thing for us. And yeah, it was nice. And then I landed over here and the HR called me and he was like, would you like to work from 17th? I was like, yeah, Night shifts? Yeah, why not? Explore India in the morning, work at night. So that's my journey for now. I am still working for like a month or 2 months in India, I guess. And the whole experience is amazing till now. I'm trying amazing food, beautiful cuisine. You don't get that over there. Lived on salt pepper for so long, and I am ready to have this fusion thing. Service in India is best, literally a best thing ever. But now to talk some serious about the corporate terms. Corporate culture in India is very different than what in UK is. It's more about they're like, hi darling, you're right, I'm good, and then they start working. And when they work on a particular thing and a particular deadline. Over India, it's more about like, you have got a job, for example, the person sitting over here has got like XYZ job, like for now they have to work on it. They will just work on it, they will not explore the idea of like research. Start researching, that's very important. Because if you don't research on your things, you're gonna lag behind. And there is some powerful game full of thing that's coming up at the moment. That chap is waiting for, and his name is AI. So better start looking for it now. I have some dumps about it, like on my thing that I've got for you guys. But the IT industry in India really needs to start researching, because there is so much of market there. There's so many things that you can do, and there's so much of talent in India, but only 50% of Indian like the engineers or like any graduate person gets employed. But you know the employee sector, it just goes really vast. You don't get, you're like, Arey mala mere 10 lakh as a job, but you're not gonna get it immediately. You have to. I started from 15,000 over here, and now I would not like to disclose, but yeah, like nice. But yeah, important is make money. But if making money means like researching, putting up your ideas, putting up your implementations on it, work on it from now, because it's really, really, really important. You know. Yeah, that's all I would like to say.
Thank you so much. It was eye-opening, to say the least. I really appreciate it. And we'll follow up on the corporate terms. Yeah. So my next question is to Ms. Kaumuri. You started your career in the tech sector and later moved into the wellness industry. So what made you do that switch, and what were the challenges that you faced?
I never intended to switch to wellness. It was not intentionally at all. I started my journey, I worked with Oracle Capgemini, and then I was not finding anything challenging. Nothing was really leading me to the job. So I switched, probably thinking that a startup will give me much more potential to explore my capabilities. So I switched to a startup, and I found the same old crap what I was and big ones. So there was something I was not very happy from within. You know, at the end of the day, when you ask yourself, how was your day today? It is a must to ask for everybody. Do you feel satisfied with whatever you did during the day? It could be even a Sunday, even if you helped somebody, or you've done anything, or for that matter, even if you relaxed for yourself. But you should feel that satisfaction at the end of the day. Yes, I have utilized my day the way I wanted, and I'm satisfied from inside. So that satisfaction was not coming to me. Though I worked with best of the companies, I had good work, everything was great. I had an opportunity to set up a team, take interviews which I had not done earlier. So I did have a lot of opportunities coming my way. But there was something lacking. I was not feeling that satisfaction end of the day. I was not feeling complete. You know, I'm not giving 100%. As if I'm not for this. I'm looking for something. I've been always searching, and whenever I used to have conversations with my colleagues and all, I'm looking for something. I don't know what I'm looking for. So, you know, my search was always there. I felt it was the IT industry, but that was not where I wanted to land. And as I said, it just happened for me. I had a lot of chronic issues, and I was really battling while I was in the corporate world as well. I was really having a hard time doing that. So I wanted to get over it once and for all. So on the way, I was always into looking for alternative therapies, healing myself. We worked to some extent, we worked to some extent, we would not work. We would stop working after a while. So I decided to first heal myself because it is not serving me in any ways. Even I'm not able to perform to my optimum at the workplace. So when I started doing that, I came across a therapy called that's soul healing. Okay, I just happened to go there and I was in deep pain that time. And I had gone for a consultation. And that gentleman just asked me to walk in. And he said, why don't you become a healer? I said, forget about becoming a healer. First heal me. I am in so pain, I don't care about others. The pain was so excruciating that I could not think of anything else. But he said, you must become a healer. I said, first heal me, then I will think about others. So that's how I just started exploring. And I started learning, I started healing myself. And I've seen a lot of changes happening in my own self. And then I again started to apply that for my corporate jobs. I applied how universe teaches you, that you're not meant to be there, you're meant to be somewhere else. But we need to understand those signals, we need to understand those messages. I had an interview arranged by one of my friends in the company Microsoft. He was asking me very basic questions. What is manual testing? I went blank. I could not. What is regression testing? What is retesting? I mean, maybe some of you might be knowing. I could not answer it. I just went blank. And I could not understand what is happening. And I felt so embarrassed because my friend had referred my resume. And now what am I going to tell him? मेरे को नहीं पता retesting क्या होता है, regression testing क्या होता है, so such it's like APC of testing, and I don't know the APC, so I was really embarrassed, and I didn't know why it happened and how it happened. So I just called him. I said I have not been able to go through the interview. I really messed it up very badly. Before you get a feedback, let me just tell you what mess I've done. So he was kind enough to say that's okay. Never mind. So that one thing I learned, when they interview you, even if you're not able to answer them, they will not make you nervous. They'll make you very comfortable. That is something, very good quality of a good manager or a team player. You have to make the other person comfortable, even if the other person does not know anything. This happened, then I got another interview call. I had Skype calls, that time it was Skype. So we had 2-3 Skype calls, and I cleared all of them. Then I was asked to fly to Goa. They sponsored me for that, to meet the CEO of the company. And that time I was very much advancing in these healing modalities. I was learning a lot. I was preparing for my teacher exam, and I had an exam. So while I was doing that, I got a call saying that you need to fly to Goa tomorrow to meet the CEO so that we can finalize. And my posting was to be in Goa. I said, nice place, let's go and explore. So I went, and he had asked me to come over to his place. I met his family. We talked about everything else apart from IT. I was sharing with him how I'm learning healing, how I went to do it, what all I'm learning, what was my experience. And at the end of it, I was just sitting back and thinking, oh my God, I never spoke to him about the profile. I didn't know what profile I'm going to work on. Then just before I had to leave the same day, so I just asked him, can you tell me what profile I'm being selected for? He said, no, my manager will be flying next week. The HR will get in touch with you with the details. You can come. I shared with him that, I'm appearing for this exam. I'll be able to join only after I finish my exams and all. He said, that's perfectly fine. You just come down next week. The project manager will explain you everything. He will tell you what will be your profile. You'll be handling a team here. You will be responsible for all the activities in Goa. I said, wow, it's a very lucrative profile. So I said, okay, very well, wonderful. And I left. I called the HR person. I sent emails to the CEO, to the HR, no response. I waited for weeks together, no response. I didn't know what was the reason. Then I used to meditate at that time, and I was just sitting and I said, what's happening? Do I have to work or I don't have to work? And I just got an insight that I just need to go to the job portals and delete my resume. 31st December I did that. I deleted all my resumes without knowing what I'm going to do next. So wellness has happened for me. I have not consciously made a decision to get into it. So the universe has a way to lead you to your path. So that is when I started realizing I have a different purpose in life. I have to go through all the pain that I went through 20 years. It was not a small time. It was 20 years. And that pain was for a reason. For me to understand what people go through. If you have gone through that pain, you can relate easily. And that's how my journey in wellness started in 2016.
Thank you so much. So I've gathered that you found your calling after going through a lot of hardships. And this is something I think a lot of us will be able to relate, because sometimes I find myself, moving on in like autopilot. Like I'm just doing things. And then there comes a point where I'm like, what is going on? I still don't know what's going on, but there's that realization. So I hope everyone who's sort of in that phase, they might, find their calling sometime, and because that's how you should live your life, right? True and authentic to yourself, and enjoy it as well. All right, so we'll take a question from the audience. Yeah. There's two amazing women sitting here, so please make the most of it and ask questions, or else I actually have a lot of questions to ask.
ChatGPT, come on.
Yeah.
ChatGPT. GPT-5 is launched, by the way. Oh, why? You know why? The teenagers are fighting. Oh, yeah. The big boys are fighting at the moment.
Hello, ma'am. It was so nice to hear from you, first of all. And it definitely has inspired us to work in what we like, for what we like. So my question was, like you said about the research factor. What mistakes or what the things we should definitely know before entering the corporate, or even if we have just entered the corporate, like behavior-wise or technicality-wise. So, yeah.
Cool, that was nice. First of all, never call anyone ma'am in corporate. No. My name is Shadri. First thing you're saying about the research piece. What is your department? What you're working in? Like, what is your department at the moment? So I'm working.
I'm a student of human resources.
HR. Okay, I have some points for you, by the way, because HR is going in like AI movement at the moment. Work on IBM case, because IBM has shipped to Ask AI, AI generative model called as Ask HR or something like that. I vaguely remember about it, but go for that. There are 10 different tools used in India at this point to research about the HR related, AI generated model related kind of things, because everything is not manual at the moment. You don't need to go on anyone's LinkedIn account and you look for it or anything. So get a thorough research on it instead of using just ChatGPT. How many of you use ChatGPT for your assignments? Nice. Do you really do any fact research on it? Where? What platform you use? Alright, and why not the university library? I got you. So that is one of the factors, because I have done a lot of like research-based papers in my university, so what happens is that you go on GPT gives you answers, generic answers on based on Google Scholar, what was that, Brave was one of the research platform, right? So it gives you all the possible answers from everywhere. It clumps together, gives you according to the algorithm. Have you ever done a prompt research on it? No. Yeah? no prompt research on it. So that's what research is. Now what I'm giving you direction in what you have to work on, not only based on the facts that are given by GPT. GPT is the trained model. Who trained it? Humans trained it. So better train it properly. Start working on it. Prompt generation. Go on Google Scholars. Check the facts on both the sides. From where? You have the resources in your library. So you have an online library. I believe that because you will use EBSCO, I guess, over here, right?
Yeah.
So why not? Go for it. Search your facts over there, and then see what is happening. That's how you do your research paper thing. Now if you're working in a real-time area and you wanted to search something, GPT again, but also GPT has its own APIs. Now API is like an integration part that works inside. It's a kind of a connector between one platform to another. So you have to go and search them, train your model back again, and start doing the research. Because that's how the research is going to work. Okay? And one thing for sure you can do to have this is that, now you said as you're in HR, start watching one video every day on AI, on HR tools, and how you can enhance the tools and make it better. Okay? So case studies are really important, and that will help you a lot. Unlike HR analytics as well, which is one of the platforms. Okay? Sorry if I've given you a very vague answer, but I think I've tried to give you a direction because I'm not from HR department, but I've tried to read a little bit before coming over here. Research again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Well, I was in
For you, that even though you are a HR finance or BA student, you have to deal with data, right? So what are the specific skills that MBA students should learn to survive in today's competitive market? And it will also it will make us to stand out in market.
Okay. For all the fields you're talking about?
Like only for finance,
Well, again, a bank in installing case study. Go and look after it. How the bank is working at the moment. Where are the pinpoints they're struggling up with? It's a fintech bank. They are doing really well in their layout, in their UI UX. I believe you know UI UX, right? It's the front and the back. I can show you the app if you want to, or you can see the Starling app. It's an amazing platform. You can save, you can also trade things over there. It's really good. Like if you want to jot down the points about it somewhere. The founder is from my other university. I've studied over there. /worked as well for a little long time, what I can say. But yeah, go over there, look after their case study. Fintech is booming at this point. Things will die in certain sectors, like jobs are going to be replaced, or you can say tailor-made. That's not going to be like the place like, oh my god, your job is. Find it by yourself, like how you can do it. But at the same time, fintech, analytics, it's really important. But you're not going to do any data analysis anywhere. You're just going to look after the reports. So start looking after the reports. If someone is going to make the reports, just study them thoroughly. And to do that, you need to do the research. The way I told her, the similar steps you can implement. But watch out for the American Express. American Express is really good idea. Lloyd's Bank, amazing. If you want, I can spell the name for you. LLOYES, Lloyd's Bank. Lloyd's Bank has another branch in Hyderabad, I guess. So their work over here is more in technical based things. Go and search for them as well. They are doing amazing in this area. So fintech is booming at this point, and that's all I can say because I don't work in fintech, darling. But I tried my best to tell you certain banks who does do that. You're welcome. And also Plum. Plum is also really good app.
Thank you so much. Very well done. You've given justice to the.
I think I have something on fintech to say.
Okay.
Let me just see my notes over there. I didn't research anything on fintech. Sorry about that. But as per what I know, the information. go on this certain apps, do their case studies. They will let you know a lot about them, a lot about them. Yeah. And they're using large LLM models as well.
Thank you. There's a lot to learn for us. Also, hopefully, we are very excited to learn all of those things because I am. My next question is to Kaumudi ma'am. What's one wellness habit you think every student and working professional start with?
How many of us breathe? Nobody. Nobody breathes. So when I asked you a question, how many of you breathe? So it would have been a spontaneous yes, right? Everybody is breathing. But it is not coming spontaneously because we are not breathing consciously. Okay, we're not conscious of your breathing. When you start focusing on your conscious breathing, that is what going to take. It is going to help you to stay calmer, take correct decisions, and be in the moment in any situation, any circumstances. So start focusing on your breath. Any time of the day you find, preferably not immediately after a heavy meal, maybe after 2 hours, 3 hours after a meal, or just before the meal. Just sit quietly, because nobody sits quietly, everybody has got their mobile, right? So we can just put it on silent and put it upside down, because even on silent, it just keeps, the light keeps buzzing. And just give, maybe you can put a timer first, because a minute also looks really long to be with yourself. So if you cannot be with yourself, how can you expect others to be with you? So the challenge today is that people don't want to be with their own self. That is what we need to go back. I come from a generation where we didn't have mobile phones, not at all. We didn't have television also. When television came, that's when I remember my mother telling me, we were blessed, we didn't have televisions. But that time also the television was only for about 2 hours on Saturdays, and some typical cartoons were there. Evenings we used to have Krishi Darshan and all. Nobody's interested, right, at that time. So my advice, or like what I can suggest, is do conscious breathing. At least once a day. At least once a day. You will see a difference for yourself. You will see a difference in your decision making, getting more clarity on whatever you want. Being more focused, your concentration will increase. Your health will start to become better. So it works for everything. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So the next question is for the both of you, but I would like to answer you first. My question is, both of you have a huge gap when you graduated, but I think as women, the dilemma still stays the same, or the situation still stays the same. That how does being a woman affect your career, or like the way you are treated in the corporate world? How has that shaped your experience?
So maybe things have changed now because I'm out of the corporate for the last 10 years. But I don't know what is it like to be in corporate now. But back then, it was always, there was a differentiation. When I was there, sitting late in the office proves your efficiency. I could never understand. And we had a huge team. We were about 150 people in the team for the project. And out of that, we were about 25 to 30 people for the testing. And in the testing team, we were about 4 girls, only 4 girls. Okay? And each one of us had our own responsibilities back home. We could not stay back late. We were highly efficient, but it was not considered for our promotion. I was, like I mentioned earlier, that I was put on a project that was really tedious and very difficult to handle. I did that, and within 3 months we had a award called the Project Star for that quarter. I was also surprised, taken aback, like how could I get that? But that didn't come by sitting late hours. No, it only came with my efficiency. So I was very clear that the office time, that time it was 9 to 6, I work, I come before 9, I leave at 6 sharp. I was very clear on that. So then that time also, like I had one of my colleagues, used to come at 3 in the afternoon. Okay, we were working 2 shifts. There was one group within the team working from 9 to 6 and the other one was working from 11 to 8. So he was a part of the 11 to 8 group. Every day he used to come by 2:33 and I was supposed to assign work to people and get that done, and I had to send out the report before I leave for the day. So he would come every day and give me an excuse. मेरा स्कूटर को गाड़ी पंक्चर हो गया, बैक पेन हो गया, मैं पनवेल से आता हूँ, बारिश हो गया, खड्डा है, and all that. I first initially thought he generally must be having some problem. Okay, we need to support. He's my team member. So I started taking up his work, completing it, so that he gets a leverage and he's able to complete his part. But he took it for granted. And he started doing, Achal, Kamali, please do it for me. I will be late. Sorry, I'm not here to be taken for granted. I will help you if you're in need. But not just because you want to have your medicine passes. No, that won't work. So I warned him a couple of times because he wanted me to put his work as done in the report. So if I have to put it that way, I have to complete his task. I started putting his work not done. So he got a warning letter from the manager saying that your work is incomplete. You need to be here and complete whatever it is. You come, whatever time you come, it doesn't matter. He is coming and telling me, do you know what time I go back home? I said, that's none of my business. I'm here till 12:30 and you just leave at 6. I said, what time do you come? So these things matter a lot and the management just oversees them. They don't see the efficiency of the employee. They see how much you are putting in and sitting back after office hours, coming over the weekends. I was dead against going on weekends and working. I was very clear on that. If really there is some work, I will definitely come in. Not just because to have a pizza party or something like that. So somewhere even the management who were our superiors, they also were not that capable enough or not consistent or efficient with their work. That's why they used to call us on Saturday, Sundays. So it was really, you really have to be very true with yourself. And you have to be very clear what you want from the job. And I had my appraisal. My manager says, this is good, your efficiency is good, work on time, everything is good, quality of work is good, all is good. He said, you are not taking part in any CSR activity. I said, oh, how is that connected with my work? That is just an extraordinary activity. Okay, I'm not doing it. I have my own responsibilities back home. So that should not be a criteria for appraisal. But that was the criteria for not getting a promotion. While one of my colleagues, same one, who was working in a 3, he got promoted. I really felt bad. I felt this is not a place where I want to work. If they cannot value your work, I don't want to work. So it has been like that. I don't know if it has changed now, but it has always been like that. Women have always been put on a lower pedestal. They're not treated equal. Actually, there's no equality as such. We are in fact superior in every respect. I feel that. So maybe Sharwadi can see how it is now.
Unfortunately, nothing has changed. Okay. I worked in Empress, which is over here in Pune. Very nice company, in the sense of giving you an idea of exploration. The problem was that the managers over there really weren't interested to communicate with any of their clients. So they used to be, okay, you go, you. But what happened was that was the area where I got to explore the things very well. And I was really good with the clients. So afterwards, the clients started saying, no, we want Shelbury. And we're like, okay, fine, we'll just give it to her. That was one thing happened over there. But I have recently started experiencing the same thing over here. Back in UK, I never had a problem. They used to be there was a team, standard calls. So you go in a first meeting that happens every single morning and you discuss about any blockers, any issues, any kind of like resource planning that you want. You just talk about it. So there were like one stand-ups like every single day. And if you have any idea, they used to be like, oh, that's a nice idea. We would like to implement that, or we would like to research on it. That was an emphasized answer that they used to give for us in Lush, and I'm blessed to have that because they were really good at it. They used to give us an hour or two sometimes, like to just explore the things properly. Now I'm coming back, and I'm back in the game, where I have to fight for my position all the time. I love the people I'm working with at the moment. They're really great, amazing. But still, I feel very covered when I sit in a bunch of men. Sorry, I'm putting it as a thing. But like, there are certain times when I was new in this company, like I am still new in the company. And I talk to people over there, I communicate, and they're like, oh, we want you to do this, we want you to implement this idea. And I go to my manager and he's like, yeah, that's what happens with me, because he doesn't want me to do that. And what happens later is that he'll come to me and then he'll be like, this is the idea. And he's like, I gave it back 2 days back, and then you're giving me back that again. I hope I'm not trying to, how do we say it? Like, I'm not trying to, like, I shouldn't use this word over here. I'm not trying to bitch about my manager. It's not the way I'm saying it. But I just want to tell you that you have to be firm on it. You need to survive in it. Because this was the time, like this had happened 1 month earlier. But now when I talk to him, he listens to me. And you know why? I learned a trick. Talk in English. Talk in English. Don't communicate in Marathi with me. If you don't, it's a problem. We as brown people have a massive problem. If someone is trying to talk to you in English, that person is really smart for us. Why? Not all Goras are smart. I've seen ladies over there with long eyelashes saying, hi darling, would you like to give me some coffee please? Like that's what they do, like it's not a thing. You need to stop analyzing this. All languages should be treated similar, but that's not the solution over here. So just start talking in English. It's easy peasy. And the more I started communicating in English, sometimes what happens is that the people sitting over there, त्यांच्या डोक्यावर जातं आणि त्यांच्या आणि माझा मॅनेजर मला स्मार्ट समजतो. That's the whole solution. And then, yeah, that's how I started implementing my ideas and everything. And first, like initially when I came over here, they used to be like, अरे मी ना इथे 2 वाजेपर्यंत बसलेलो रात्री काम करत and all like they used to do this kind of baffling things to me. And I used to be like, जे तू काम 2 वाजेपर्यंत करून 4 वेळा टी ब्रेक्स घेतो ते काम मी पटकन करून टाकते. And why are you saying that? I just want to go home. But instead of saying that, I started saying that, yeah, but I prefer like this can be done in this way and it's easy. I've done it already. So I started doing this to him and I started leaving at my time. Like no one literally obliges me to stay there for an extra hour. If there is an extra work and I really have to do it, I'll definitely stay. I'll definitely wait because for me work is important. But at the same time, I will not stay for an extra hour if they want me to stay and stretch it just to show that my productivity is there. This is a very Asian mentality. I'm not talking about India, I'm talking about the whole Asia. Japan has to hire, like if you are in Japan and if you want to change a company, you have to hire a person who will help you to resign from the company. This is the state of Asia. You have to hire someone. If you don't hire, the managers will let you sit over there in front of you and they will interrogate you that why are you leaving the company. This is the problem in Japan. It's not India that's going out through this situation. There are so many problems in the world and you need to look after it and find the solution. Again, research works. Research works, darlings.
Thank you so much. Very insightful, and I think even I have a small incident that I would like to add on. So earlier when I was working with the Pune police. So just men around me, right? And so what used to happen is I had a same age colleague who was a man. People would call him sir, 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 and I would be the one who would be doing all the work. I would be the one who would be interviewing the officers. He would get called as sir, and I would be beta, baby, ye kar lo na. So that's how it is. Even if you work hard or better than the other gender, you would still not be considered as equal sometimes, most of the times.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you. That's only the problem in Asia.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but like slowly what I realized is people do expect women to bend backwards for them in not just in the work area but in other aspects of life as well. But you have to be firm on the boundaries that you are putting around yourself, and whatever the other person says is not a reflection of your worth. So just like be clear on that. And thank you, wonderful insights. My last question is again to the both of you. If you could go back to your final year MBA self and give one piece of advice, what would it be?
Advice in sense, what respect?
If you could have, again, this is a what if situation, but maybe I could have done this, done that, but like that.
I would not like to change anything. I'm very happy that I am today because I have come a long way. I've learned a lot, and everything that I've learned has always helped me grow further and further. This I don't think so. I regret of anything, choosing anything. Because in fact, like when I got admission for MCA, I was studying in Delhi. I brought up in Delhi. So we get our results really late in August. And here in Maharashtra, you need to submit your report cards early. And all the admissions got closed here. And then I just came to know that our college is having a new batch starting with MCA. And that's how I got. So I was really grateful. And the MCA course, I believe that's no more functioning, as I understand. But it is really good because it gives you a very beautiful blend of technical and management. Maybe when I was studying, I did not understand why are we learning all these management lessons. But now I realize, that has really helped me on my way. So I don't think so. I would like to change anything. Thank you.
That's a good way to look at it. Thank you.
I would like to change COVID. Give me those days back. That was one thing. And yeah, online classes were nice. They were very informative. But I would like to change that. I would have experienced more exposure if I would have got to come through the college, to the university, study over here, and like be with the people around, That's what I lacked in. Like not me, the whole generation, the whole batch. There were lots of students, right? Like we struggled with it. So yeah, definitely COVID.
Thank you. But now that you're in Pune, you can come and hang out with us in the mornings because you did mention you have a night shift. Maybe hang out with the professors, with us. We are pretty good people, okay? So
Yeah.
I know you'll have fun here.
I know how pretty good we are. I used to be there. I was walking down and I was like, you don't know where. Maybe 6 months, still I still remember.
Thank you. So before we move on to the last segment, that is the rapid fire round, does anyone from the audience have any questions? We're open to 2 questions. So make the most of it.
I think we're all alone now.
I would say maybe they're overwhelmed by the amount of knowledge that we've all gathered here today.
Don't worry, I'll come again if you want and I'll sort it out. I'll do some more research on different fields as well and tell you how to be diplomatic.
Please come. No questions? Alright, we'll start with the rapid fire. One subject from your master's degree that you still use every day.
management.
Oh, smart. Okay.
Business analysis. Doesn't work in that.
Yeah, exactly. The second question is the most underrated skill that you learned while pursuing this degree.
Underrated skill?
Yeah.
I don't think so. None.
Okay. Just like any personal learnings that later on you realized, oh, okay, I learned it back then. So like for me, it's like I talk a lot, as you can tell. But coming here, I've learned to pace myself a bit, which is something that I realized a couple of months ago, that I don't just, I mean, I do talk unnecessarily, but now I pace myself looking at other people. So that is something that I've learned.
I think I was more bubbly and I came over here and I got more bubbly. That was one thing, yeah. I was a very mischievous student, I guess.
Yeah, about
So, then I have to I was thinking about the post. So, the one thing I would have never come on the stage and spoken like this. So that's
what is a myth that you would like to burst about this master's degree? Like people come in saying MBA or in your case MCM. It's very hard, it's very rigorous and this and that, and people like to scare you, right? So, is there any myth that you would like to burst?
I think MCM was not scary, it was very underrated degree. So, as compared to MCA, okay, not everybody is technical. I know people who have done MCA have not been able to do any programming. So, not everybody, programming is a skill that you need to learn, and you need to have that knack of doing it. So, MCM gives you a platform where you can do both. If you're not able to take up with the technical part, you can always get into the management side. So it gives you a platform to understand where you are actually. So I think MCM is a very underrated degree, which people look at it, but it is not so. Back then, many of them don't know what is MCM. So, but I felt it was one of the degrees which gives you a lot of a platform to explore yourself, so that when you step out, you are more clear on whether you want to really go for a technical side or you want to go for a management side. So that really gives you hands-on.
For me, I think I've heard really weird things, okay? Masters, oh, yeah, she's doing masters, why? I think she's just trying to do something, that's one. Other is like, oh, she's doing masters, in what field? Oh, this field. So that are like the embraced questions or like the reactions that people give on it. I think masters in any field is nothing but like shaping yourself. You're gonna like tailor-make yourself to learn something different, to learn something new. Just like I learned SAP, I learned Salesforce. I don't use Salesforce. I'm certified SAP. I have certification in SAP, but like I don't use it every day. But now I at least know about it. I know what to do in it. But I'm not going to do anything because I find it. Sorry, I should not say that. But yeah, that's the thing. I think it's tailor-made, and it's alright to do a master's. Like it's nice actually. You have a master's degree. There's so many people out there. Apart from India, keep Asia again on the side. Not talking about Asia. There are people in the West who don't do degrees and still work. They work in the higher positions. They literally are 10 graduate, like they have nothing in their hand, but they're working. But what happens, in the further thing, they don't get to switch somewhere else because they don't have a degree. And that's really important to have as like your degree vendor, I guess. So yeah, always a piece of paper is really important because they pay for it.
Thank you. The next question is a juicy one. There's one corporate buzzword that you secretly hate.
I will have to go back 10 years back.
Discussion.
You spoke about stand-up meetings. I thought stand-up meetings was meant only for 10, maximum 15 minutes. But our meetings used to go on for about 1.5 hours. So it was not really a stand-up meeting.
I hate like the people when they do it, they gather all departments together for one stand-up. I'm like, is it a joke? Why are you doing this? And then the people are standing like, Shara hai kari, like
Assembly.
Okay, so the last question for the day is, if you could add one new subject to the current curriculum, what would it be? I know we just had like NEP introduced, but still.
Okay, since now I'm in the wellness field, I would like wellness to be a part because you need to know how to handle your stress levels. Stress is important. By the way, stress is not bad. Stress is important. Stress is what is going to take you forward. Stress is what is going to help you grow. But everything in the right quantity. If you have anything in excess, that's not going to work. So wellness in various forms we can have as part of the curriculum. So you learn certain techniques which will take you a long way. You don't have to, it is not all about doing a therapy or something like that. Something you do on the go. Do we miss taking bath? Do we miss taking our food, our meals? We don't miss that. So this hardly takes a minute or two. If you can find that time, I'm sure you'll be a better person every single day. So I would like that to be added. Thank you.
yeah, she's right. I can't work when there's a lot of stress. Gen Z buzzword again. So, that's one thing. And the other will be, again, something that's called as technology research. I know a lot about technical things. I don't know how many people over here are from BA field or BA background or like from any technical background. But
There's BA students here, so maybe 20 students.
alright, no problem. That's nice. Workflows, editing, and it's called. That's also one more like curriculum that you can use. Not just putting a label of AI, but it's like as there's an interview of Sundar Pichai where he's saying that jobs will be taken, the jobs will be tailored. So there will be more communication-centric jobs which will come up. India lacks in one thing at this point is that if I ask you one question, like I'll be like, have you been working on this project and what the deadlines you will do? Soon, will be done soon, next week. And what they will do, they'll put all the forces on it and they'll start working because they don't consider like a white person is saying them something and they need to work on it now ASAP. No, they want you to put a deadline in a proper way. Why are you exploiting your own employees? So that's one thing, like give a proper, reasonable answers to people. And like I think there should be a tailor-made subject in such a way where you get logical reasoning and UIQs like together, merged together. Like you can't call it AI, but like a corporate standards probably. Yeah, that would be one like can train someone, corporate standards and the technologies.
Thank you so much. There's lots and lots of new insights. There's also a lot of topics which I think HR students we could like discuss in the diversity and inclusion class. And for finance, pretty good answers. I think overall this was a amazing session because we needed that, like a fresh, breath of fresh air. Because and also the fact that you guys are like you're coming from very different areas with your own expertise. Like you passed out in 2001, you were 2021 batch. So the experiences that you gave, like, I am totally inspired. Like, it was amazing. So, and also everyone is, almost all of them are looking bright. Yes, so I would consider that as a success. And to wrap up, is there anything that you guys would like to add?
Only one thing that I would like to say is that you need to believe in yourself, have utmost gratitude for whatever you have, because that's very important. We keep cribbing about what we don't have, right? And always work towards becoming a better version of yourself. That is very important. In fact, in my room, I have put a paper where I've written, I'm becoming a better version of myself every single moment. That will inspire you in your low days, low times as well. So when you start working on becoming a better version of yourself, you have everything on the platter. Because you are transforming yourself. What we are looking at is, we are looking at transforming the industry. We don't have a hold on that. So transform yourself, your environment will automatically align with you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And on behalf of everyone here, a heartfelt thank you to Ms. Kaumudi and Ms. Sharvari for joining us today. You have, like, this was our very first session, Coffee Connect with Alumni, and it was successful is a very small word, it wouldn't do justice, because you guys are amazing. Everything that you spoke, we could tell that it came straight from, your heart. And sorry, it was very cheesy, but yeah, it's true, because it has given us a lot to think about and to maybe figure out how we want to lead our lives ahead. And I would also like to thank our director, Dr. Priyanka Singh, Mr. Vishwajit Kate Deshmukh, and Dr. Suvarna Dhandele for making this event possible, and to all our faculty and students for being such an engaged audience. And finally, remember that a conversation, even if it's just over a coffee, can change your life, and let's carry that forward, yeah? So here's to many more cups of coffee and connections in the future. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
I just wanted to say we had a lovely host, and it was really nice to have you here, and wish you all the best for many more Coffee Connects. And I have been the first batch of the MCM, and I happen to be the first for this Coffee Connect. So I'm so grateful. So I think next time you start something, you can first think about myself.
I'll take just 1 minute, okay? I hope everybody enjoyed this intellectual talk.
Yes.
Though informal, but very insightful.
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
So, please think about what is the takeaway of the session. It should not happen that it is in the temporary memory just for a few hours today. You can note it down in your notebook. What are your takeaways? Maybe your keywords from the session. Like, I really liked what Kaumudi said in the aim, transformation. I think in business analytics we keep talking about transformation of data, but transformation is very essential, and already you are into that journey, and these insights would add value to rethink, revisit your thoughts, your values, and rebuild yourself. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So Kaumudi and Sharvari, thank you so much. On short notice, you spent so much time with us, and you really made it very, memorable day for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah? And I would like to appreciate Vinaya for her leadership. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thanda? Evda thanda?
Yes.
How do you appreciate? Why I am saying her leadership because she made her team work and her team members were equally supportive to her. So I think Sampada is there from Student Council as alumni in charge. Then Madhura is there and rest of them also there. Okay? I will come to him, don't worry. So all the students and those who respected their messages, though you were not in the session but you came here for this session, so I appreciate your presence as well. And I am sure that you did not come for tick mark activity. You wanted to listen something, so you did come here. Yes? And ultimately, we look forward for collaborative efforts. So I really thank Vishwajit Katadeshmukh sir, who is our TPO now, and he came up with this idea that when I told him that Kaumudi is coming, Sharwari is coming, then he said, ma'am, then why not have some session? And then we started like this. Otherwise it would be the meeting between us and maybe the director ma'am, and they might leave the campus after enjoying their some memories. But this was really the good initiative by sir, and we are going to continue this. But it will be possible with your support, your presence with the presence of mind. That is essential. Sometimes it will be here on the campus, sometimes it will be online. But see, all of them are sparing their time just for you, out of their love for you and the institute. So you respect that time and try to get as much as possible from them. And they will be available as mentors also, right? So thank you very much. And thank you, sir.
I would like to say something. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this opportunity. First of all, I'm really grateful about it. This was my second time, delivering something, but coming physically for the first time over here and interacting with you all. Thank you so much for having this new concept, and it was really nice. But at the same time, I told you some diplomatic things, okay? Don't be scared. You're gonna get people with different mindsets. That's what the first thing I've been telling. Not all the fingers are similar, they're not in the same shape. So you are going to get people with different mindsets. That doesn't mean we were cribbing about we've been in a situation, but we were just sharing the experiences and how we blended with it. Just promise me for now that you're not going to be scared of it and you're going to make something out of it. Because thank you. Because every situation is an opportunity, and seize the moment. That's only the one thing I can say. Yeah? So don't be scared.
And Sharwari and Kaumudi, they are ready to come on the campus. You are only now talking to them. It is on YouTube already. Please watching me live. recording.